time 5-star hotel like Radisson Upper Hill, where I was closed its doors completely, or where they closed their doors completely and left us confused. It's only 5 years old. Well, things happen, and I'm sorry for that. But thank you for your feedback on that one. Your colleagues in the industry, or rather other hotels in the industry, really had it rough, and I'm assuming probably that is a staff member. But you guys, did you take a lot of your staff members, maybe even through counseling, because we've seen in other companies where people were fired, committed suicide, people were fired, they ended up, doing madhambi on other people, killing them, or, did you take your staff through a process telling them, but guys, this is inevitable and it has to happen?
Yes. Actually, when it dawned on us that it's probably something we don't know the timing for, and even at the point we were deciding that maybe people should just take their leaves and all of that, we did have an austerity plan in place. And it was actually in phases as well, because we also did not know. So we said, if it gets here, this is what we'll do. If it gets here, this is what we'll do. So part of that was actually financial management, because at the end of the day, there's somewhere where you reach and you say, okay, if I even go below my break even, what am I going to do? Am I going to be able to pay my overheads, even up to including salaries? So maybe I will have to touch on a bit of everything. So if I'm to touch on someone's salary, how will they adjust?
Yeah.
So we did have a full-time, actually our human resource office opened a proper helpline accessible to all our staff.
Yes.
So you could actually sit from home and you could actually call and say, how is it going? Because, we still had some of the management there just to manage whatever is going on and, keep the process going and keep the staff informed as well. So you were able to call or you're able to text, and somebody will come back to you and say, this is what is happening. Okay. At the same time, our finance department as well did take an opportunity to sit us down. We have what we call monthly town halls, which is actually where you get all your staff together. It's a kamukunji, but a formal one, of course. Yeah. Where all the staff come together every month. And there's a lot of things we do actually in those kind of town halls, and it's something that anybody should borrow, really, if they don't do it already. Because you first of all discuss the financials. Let the people know what is going on. You don't need to hide things from your staff, because then...
Yeah, because there are people who say, exactly. And maybe they're just walking through.
That is very true. And you need to let them know. They need also to understand the more they are walking through. Yeah. Yes, we are doing that business. Yes. But you're probably not collecting that money in the same pace. We are doing it in phases, slowly. And quite frankly, the kind of business we're doing and the kind of long-term contracts we have, you'll find that they're also suffering, like the airlines, for example. So even them, and they're not people you don't serve me today, I pay you tomorrow. You probably have credit terms for a month or slightly more, maybe 45 days. So by the time that money comes 45 days later, this staff needs to know that it will come 45 days later. Okay. So you have a financial kind of setup. You let them know what's going on. It's an overview, obviously, it doesn't go to all the specific details, but they get to know the direction the company is taking. All right. At the same time, that is when the human resource also now takes time to just advise people on personal matters. So if I'm going to give you a pay cut of X%, how do you adjust? Okay. So we were also just taken through all of that. So that then if you find yourself in that situation, then what do I do? Also, what are the other alternative ways of supplementing that difference? Okay. So because you're going to go home for a month or two, you have after side hustle. You have 60 days to deal with. What will you do? Yeah. And it was nice because I think it's a blessing in disguise. People discovered they had other talents. People discovered their children had other talents. Because again, kids were home as well. Some of your members became one-man guitars. Oh, totally. And they're doing a great job. And now they'll be entertaining us in the hotel when you have guests. Yeah. Okay. Because that's what you do. Good so stuff. Yes, we did go through. Kinapita tu alikata kufungua biashara ya makaa, but yeah. Let's see what people are saying on WhatsApp line in regards to the hotel, hospitality and tourism industry rather. Hashtag Usafiri Tours. Peter Musyoki looking sharp. Usafiri Tours all the way. All right, nice. Hey, K24, loving the show, especially seeing my high school head boy, Aish, highlighting on the struggles in the hospitality industry, especially for us bartenders. It's been so tough, but hopefully we'll be back on track soon. Pass my greetings to him. I am Dennis Motoki, rather, from Nairobi. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Dennis. And then we have, hey, Movie, how do they deal with air pollution? Who? I'm assuming that's Crown Plaza. Do you have air pollution in your okay, where jibu tu yotu? Where jibu jama? No, we don't deal with air pollution per se. But of course, we are all governed by NEMA and licensed to do our businesses appropriately. We are all expected to actually practice responsible business. So even before I mean, we could also, do pollute as opposed to the airlines themselves doing it. So the whole airport area is very structured. JKI is, of course, under the Kenya Airports Authority, so there's a lot of structures in place. So that is not likely to happen. At the end of the day, again, that's a place that is very sensitive for the government. That is our entry point. That's our port. So ports are not just any random
any place you can handle anyhowly.
So everything has to be spick and span, and it must be within the expected regulations. Otherwise, actually, you cannot operate in that space.
Peter, for you, being in an industry where you're constantly on the move, do you have also partnerships in the industry where it helps now your life become easy? And I'm asking that because of that gentleman who said that he's a bartender. So do you have, like, I want to go to the bush, have some, have a game drive of sorts, but also want to enjoy. So do you partner with such people to provide, refreshments? Tukifika huko isikuwe tu tumefika tu alafu sasa tunaanza kuangalia tuko kwa bush ndio zile lion tunakunywa nini?
Yeah, partnerships are key. In fact, without partnerships, you're not there. And they help us run the business well because they understand even before we are there. They understand the business before we are there. So partnerships are key, and we value such kind of people. When they come on board, they help expedite the process. That's why it is always good to work with such people. So apart from that, we also sign partnerships with hotels. People who are gonna make growth, like what Anne is talking about. If today we're in partnership with Crown Plaza, we are assured of knowing that if I'm in touch with Anne today, I have a number of clients who are coming. She might be booked, or rather full capacity. But through our connections and partnership, we are able to get at least she's able to squeeze in a few clients and I'm sorted out. So partnerships is the way.
They help out.
Yeah, they help out a lot.
Yeah. Nice. Partnerships, do you partner with, because I'm sure even being at the airport, it's not like you're 100% self-sustaining, or am I wrong?
No. We must have partnerships and strategic ones for that matter.
Umeongea na Peter unamwambia we make sure ukipata client hata akitaka kuenda town we mlete hapa airport.
It's true networking.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
true networking.
It's true.
Yeah.
Actually, they're the ones who feed us, honestly.
Yeah.
And especially domestically. And even not domestically, even internationally, because they're the ones who have the connect in the source markets. So they're the ones who are bringing people into the country. So yes, he has a client who wants to go to Masai Mara. Absolutely, perfectly fine. He's booked whatever hotel he wants in Masai Mara.
Yeah.
But where were they going to pass through?
Yeah.
How are they going to get transported to get there? There is no plane from London, Heathrow
to
Masai Mara.
Yeah, you guys are strategically placed.
So we must, yes. And so he will come there. And I mean, honestly, when you think about it, the international flights arrive at night, most of them. 10 o'clock, 11, midnight, up to 3 a.m. Where is that person going to go at that time? There are no local flights to Masai Mara. You fly during the day. So they need to wait out to go to Wilson to connect.
Yes.
So where are they waiting out? Why do they need to leave the airport to go anywhere? To wait out for an 11 o'clock flight into Masai Mara.
Yeah.
That's the place.
Yeah.
And we will pick them, provide them with breakfast, give them a place to freshen up, give them a place to lie down a little bit, and then recharge. And on your way, we can provide you with very nice packed boxes, and they don't have to stop on the road anywhere.
With donuts, sandwiches.
Everything, awesome things.
I think when she mentioned about strategic partnerships, the airport being at the airport, alone it's strategic.
Mambo yote.
Iko sawa.
Yeah, true. And the reverse is true. Even when the guests are now leaving, you've done your Masai Mara thing. They've enjoyed their 7-day, 14-day, whatever it is. Now they need to go back. Again, their flight out is at 11 midnight. You've already left Mara. They've arrived here at 4 p.m.
Yes.
4 p.m. to midnight is a long time.
Yeah, 8 hours.
Where do they go?
Could you recharge?
What do they do?
Yeah.
His driver has been with them for 7 days. The guy has been driving in the park. He's tired. He's dead beat. Let him come.
Uko fighting mosquitoes like.
Yes, let him bring them to Crown Plaza, Nairobi Airport.
Yeah.
Let the guy go and rest. We will take care of those guests from there. And we will take them to the terminals at the time they need to be at the terminals.
Okay.
And that's a strategic partnership. And I don't charge him extra for that. Yeah.
So that's good rapport.
And at the end of the day, it works for the guest.
Yes.
Because when they're coming to Kenya, they're not coming to Musyoki, they're not coming to Anzuva. They're coming to Kenya as a destination.
Yeah.
Right.
So if we don't both make it work, then we're not going to get a repeat sale from that.
Yeah. In terms of government, I'm sure most of the things they've been doing, we only get information either from the Ministry of Health, or directly from the Office of the President. But do they engage the industry and just come and ask them, say, Sasa, what do we do? Is there anything that we can do to ease up situations or make things better, or everything happens huko kwa ministry na inaishia tu huko kwa ministry?
No. There are forums that the government organizes through the Ministry of Tourism. And the forums are able to help us run and, of course, educate us on any happenings that are coming. So the government has taken, especially after the pandemic, it has taken the front line in ensuring that that is well taken care of. Remember, tourism at its own is the second largest foreign exchange, to up to 21% national income. So they have to really invest on it, knowing that whatever they get, it has to be utilized properly. Yeah. So the government is taking all its costs to ensure that the tourism industry is well taken care of.
Starting up a tourism company, does it take a lot? And obviously the money has to be there. Lazima ununue magari, or at least ukwe connections na watu wako na magari and so on and so forth. But would you term it as an industry that is easy to get into in terms of the licenses required, the permits required, and just the whole process of me having an industry and call it Mungala Movie Tours?
No, strategic again. We go back to strategic. And then partnerships. Yeah, it requires a lot of networking. Of course, you have to get licenses to operate, like Masai Mara, Mombasa. There are institutions, licenses you have to get.
Oh,
so
really?
You can, yeah.
I just can't go get
you can't just
my car
today. No.
And then I just nieke tu kastika hapo Movie Tours.
No.
Alafu nienda kwambia sasa kujeni nitawapeleka Masai Mara.
No.
Does it?
No.
Really?
No. There are licenses you have to apply for and institute them.
That's your driving license.
It's your driving license.
Okay. Just to confirm. I just need to confirm.
Yes. Yeah. So you have to really take time. It's a process. But again, just like we've mentioned before, partnerships, networking, it's all you need for you to get there. Bottom line is you getting the right people at the right time.
Right.
Yeah.
And for the I won't even ask if it takes a lot for the hotel. You need a hotel first of all to even start that business. Now you need dough. Yeah. But for someone who wants to partner with an institution such as yours, to sort of like even like for someone like him, does it cost anything for him to come and say, look, I am Usafiri Tours and I want to start bringing clients here? What does it take?
Depending on the hotel, there are some hotels like ourselves. Crown Plaza is actually a brand that is under the larger Intercontinental Hotel Group. So we are also governed by specific guidelines, brand standards. So what we would do is, obviously we would want to partner with everyone.
Right.
It would be good for us and for them. But also they have then to conform to the specific brand standards that are expected by us. Because now you as a guest, and you're widely traveled, and you've been to other IHG hotels across the world,
yes,
you have an expectation. You know what to expect when you get here. So my partner, being Safiri Tours, has to conform
to those standards.
Standards.
Yeah.
Because then I'm not going to have to. I will not compromise my guest experience.
Yeah. Yes.
And it has to be very clear.
Asiingie kwa gari yake apate mende.
You cannot. And you see, exactly. And like now, also just the normal regulations that we must abide by. Even the COVID-19 protocols expected. I expect your car to have sanitizer. I expect it to be sanitized well. I expect your driver to be fully protected as well from the guest.
Yes.
So he must have the proper attire expected, just by basics brand standards. So when that happens, they already feel comfortable. Yes. Actually, at the end of the day, the guest might not even know that's who Safiri Tours.
Yeah. According to them, this is Crown organizing.
This is Crown Plaza Nairobi Airport took care of me from point A to B.
Yes.
Whoever I worked with in between, they don't even need to know that. As long as that partner understands that is how I'm expected to operate. Similarly, even if I ask him or he asks me to do something, like he says, he can call and say, please pick up my guest. Sometimes you have, some guests do forget to send even their flight details.
Yes.
And so someone like him, he doesn't know this guest was actually going to be on this flight. So when they arrive now, they start calling. I'm already at the airport, I'm at JKI, what do I do? His driver is not there.
Yeah.
What is he going to do? He has to call me really quickly and tell me, Anne, would you please pick up this guest on flight this and this and the other? I'm sending my driver.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'll pick that guest. They don't know I'm not to Safiri Tours. They don't know what to Safiri Tours are planned.
Yeah.
So I tell them, look, you're welcome to Nairobi. We've been sent by Safiri Tours.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a cup of coffee as you wait. They don't know.
Yeah.
And they don't need to know.
Nice.
They just need to be comfortable. And we will make them comfortable as they wait for Safiri Tours to come.
Right.
Yeah. And then Safiri
Some even deliver ID cards and stuff, passports later on.
Yes. So, as long as it's really all rules are observed at the end of the day.
Right.
Everything is done as expected. It's perfect. And that's the kind of partnerships that he's talking about. So we trust each other. I know he's going to do a good job if I give it to him. He knows I'll do a good job if he gives it to me.
People might be listening to you talk and they're wondering, hizo vitu zote. And this, you know, getting to come to Crown is an expensive business. Is it? In terms of if I want to be your client today, will I have to part with an arm and a leg just for me to enjoy a nice day out, maybe with my famo? Because they're hearing, hey, rooftop swimming, nitaingia pale nitapatiwa kahawa, you know, I'll even, you know, get a place to lay my head, and they're thinking, mimi kama mshahara yangu si 2 million, sitajisumbua. Is that the case?
No, not really. I think our prices are very well thought out for exactly the product you're going to receive. It's not extravagant, and people actually do assume a lot of things.
Yeah, because you're the airport, so wanasemanga the closer to the bone, the sweeter the meat.
Oh, that's true too, but I think we work in a very structured manner in terms of even the standards of the hotel and you know, what's expected even under our brand standards as well. But we try to make sure that the prices we've put out there are also what our market can afford. And we give you value for your money for sure.
Okay.
So it's not extravagant. It's not really meant to hurt anybody's pocket. It's meant to feel, it's meant for you to come and spend that amount of money.
And feel like I got value.
I totally got value for that. And I would come back and spend the same amount of money again and again.
Yeah. And what about for you, Peter? Because someone will hear, okay, ndakuja nichukuliwe na gari, manze nipeleke uko Masai Mara, nitoke Masai Mara, inipeleke sijui wapi. Hapa buda, by the time nitoke hapo ndakuwa nimeacha mshahara yangu.
Some even prepare social media packages, like content, from the starting point.
Okay.
From how they are picked from our hotel to how they're going to drive off Mombasa Road, Masai Mara.
So there's someone taking videos
someone
and pictures.
Packaging all that, the entire process, to just make it as a good experience.
Yes.
So it's totally a good, I would say, a good experience for some of these guys, and especially.
And the pocket, will the pocket also experience?
Yeah, the pocket is well taken care of. Of course, if you require good service, you have to spend. You have to.
Any Peter, you're not even mincing your words.
No. Good experience from Anne's area. You've been given a four-star hotel experience, nice car, all the way. Lazima mfuko
itoboke. Yake amesema ni 5 star. Ni 5 star, sio?
Oh, 5 star. Pole sana.
Umetoka kwa 5 star mtu wangu. Ukisha kuwa na rooftop swimming, kwani kuna story nyingine? 4 star ni mali kuna river.
Kwanza mbele airport.
Yeah. So
upon arrival.
Yeah, so someone has to you know, prepare themselves well if they need to have the services. Yeah. Because you said, I mean, if it's going to be quality, you might as well then be ready to pay for quality.
Exactly.
All right. Now, in terms of the future of how things are looking like, we have to get ready and deal with the new normal. Is this it? Are we seeing things getting better? Or, and especially from Usafiri Tours perspective, are things getting better for the tourism industry, or we're going to be in this thicket for a while?
I would say COVID is here to stay. It all depends on how we behave. We need to be disciplined. We know it's here. So we have to take the necessary precautions required. Follow the government protocols, and do whatever is expected of us. Otherwise, if we misbehave, we are not in business. So we really, myself, I think, Anne, we should be able in a position to work together and just know that we are working towards the future, and this thing is here to stay. So we have to really take whatever precautions tujikakamue kabisa, so that we move forward.
Let's take a look at WhatsApp as well before I ask Anne a question. Remember, we're talking about the hospitality industry and the impact of COVID-19. And if you're in that industry, I'd love to hear from you. So, Director, twende kazi. Hi, Mbuvi. Salimia the guests today. Great discussion this morning. Now, ask Usafiri Tours, do they have a treat for guys this Valentine's? Yeah? Okay, kuna ingine ama tuachie hapo kwanza? Tujibu. Oh, okay, ngoja. I am watching from the Seychelles and I am very impressed by your panel. Very informative and looking forward to experience their services soon. Thank you very much. Watu wa Seychelles. Karibu niseme Seychelles. Yes. So, do you have anything for Valentine's coming up anytime soon?
Big time. We have Mombasa packages. We have good packages. After this, they can visit Usafiri Tours on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. They will get all the crazy offers we have. We have good offers in Mombasa, Masai Mara, and even in Dubai.
Dubai?
Yes.
Dubai.
Yes.
But then watu kwenda Dubai ni how much? Mimi naonanga tu kila mtu anashindanga Dubai huku hivi. Mpaka nafikiria ni kama fare kwenda Thika.
It's so fair. Like depending on what time you
Ano sinicheke. Yeah, but depending?
Depending on the period of time you take to book your holiday.
Yeah. But roughly on average, if say I want to travel for Easter, how much will it cost?
And when do you book for Easter?
If I was to book now.
It's roughly, flights, we are talking of about 50,000.
Return or one way?
That's a return.
For one person?
Yeah.
For one adult?
Person, yes. Yeah. So booking early in advance, you might get very good rates. Yeah.
So if I'm taking myself and my clan ni make sure tu kaso ka transi kako hapo.
Kaso to allow, of course, shopping. Dubai is shopping. So you have to go and experience the nature of Dubai.
So what am I buying in Dubai? Am I buying shoes, clothes, or
everything.
Watches?
Everything.
So yeah, shopping nijipange na kama ngapi hivi?
Kama 100.
Kama 100 ingine?
Yes.
Okay. And then hotels, are they expensive?
We take care of that. Of course, when you book with us, we give you a few hotels you can choose. And then from there, whatever fits you is what, but it's very...
So if I'm on a budget, mimi ni tuseme tu yani nimeangukia tu pesa juzi, na nimetoka
Valentine. You want to spend like a proper 4 day.
Niko na kandeme nimepata tu njusi.
Yes.
Nimetoka Kitui Central.
Yes.
Na nataka kupeleka girlfriend.
Yes.
Nijipange na 200 first of all ya transportation.
Yes.
Si ndio?
Yeah.
I mean 100 ya transportation.
Yes.
100 ingine ya shopping. Alafu ya kulala na chakula ni kwenda kama ngapi hivi?
Ukuwe na 100 ingine.
100 ingine. Hey Buddha.
Yeah.
So with 300
you're able to have a fantastic...
you said a 4-day experience.
Yeah, 4-day experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would ask the person who has asked the question to go to Safari Tours on Instagram,
yes,
Facebook, and LinkedIn. Tuko na offers mzuri hapo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. In terms of the future of the industry, especially now for you guys, you deal with clients all the time, close contact. You know, you handle our food, you handle our belongings. What are we looking at going forward?
I think actually what has already happened so far since we accepted the pandemic, there's been a huge reinvestment by establishments such as ourselves. So you can imagine, previously you would expect, as you come into a hotel, obviously the first thing I'd want you to do is produce your identification,
right,
which will match your reservation. So if you're local, you can provide maybe your ID. If you're traveling from abroad, you provide your passport. So we would have to take it and probably take a scan copy, so that then we have a record. So now, before you'd come and give my receptionist your passport, and then he or she will do whatever they need to do and give it back to you. Now we're not touching your documents at all. So we try and get as much as possible in advance, electronically.
Okay.
On arrival, we have now provided scanning machines that are on the desk on your side. So when you come, just take your own passport, place it over there.
And then everything
it will scan on the inside, take it back. So
all the information is now provided.
And then we've also now
had... Kitui Central.
Yes, and we will be able to do that without touching your documents.
Yes.
Yeah, so that we avoid all that paperwork and kind of thing. We've also had to readjust how our working spaces look like.
Yes.
So now our receptionists have, like the screens, like a teller in the bank.
So a barrier separating us.
Yes.
Okay.
So we've had to reinvest into those kind of things so that we also protect them and protect you. We are sanitizing everything. We've got all this, electronic sanitizers all over.
Fumigation machines.
Everywhere, in the high-touch areas, in the lifts.
In the unfortunate event I happen to come there and I happen to, because I can decide to stay at Crown for a whole month. In the unfortunate event I catch COVID, what happens now?
Like I said, we have strategic partnerships. We also have in-house as a hotel. We have nurses. So we have a nurse in the property. So if you're not feeling well, you'll be attended to. The strategic partners we have are actually within the airport, so they're not even far. Yeah. So we can take care of you in that sense. If of course you're tested and you're found to be positive, then you're managed. We pass you on to the next level. Okay. And take care of you for sure, because then you'll come back. Yeah. And we need to make sure that also your exit is just as smooth. So we make you as comfortable as possible. We work with other partners there to make sure that, again, like you said, there are actually some hospitals that are recommended. And so that's what we do, because these people are coming from international spaces. So again, we must work within certain standards as well. Yeah. So we now take them to those hospitals that are recommended. They are taken care of. And when they're ready to go back home, again, we provide the same. So yes, we do. We don't.
And for you, Peter, in the unfortunate event, you get an unruly client after taking one too many, ataki kufollow guidelines and ato a mask. You know, they're not sanitizing as expected. They're endangering themselves, you know, jumping onto lions, which by then they do that, they're dead. But, you know, how do you deal with such a person?
No, we have a team. We've trained a team to, of course, take care of that. We know in every market, of course, there are a few rotten ones. But we've been able to ensure that all that is taken care of. Okay. Because others will even get more excited to want to walk in the park. Yeah, and take pictures and forget that there are animals walking. So we've ensured and trained our tour guides to definitely take care of any mess happening. Okay. So there are those people who definitely get to the airport, they are late, they are maybe trying to reconnect to other airports, or they are running to Mombasa and they don't have time. So masks are not, they can't remember. We provide. We have extra ones to ensure that our clients, regardless of what time they get there, our business is to take care of clients. Okay. And then we train good staff. They take care of our staff. So they'll never think of stealing. Okay. So that's why we ensure that it's true. Yeah. Once you once you take care of your staff, you let the staff take care of your clients. Okay. So clients are well taken care of. From the time of arrival to the departure. Yeah. Well taken care of.
How do you, we're just about to leave, but before we do, how naonanga watu wakikuja kwa mahoteli wanatoka na towels, wanatoka na zile flip-flops, spoons and whatever. That must be hurting your wallet, kiasi.
It does, but there are two ways to look at that. One, of course, from a marketing perspective, it's you take away my branded flip-flops. You're actually going to market me wherever it is you're going. Yeah. So that's I wouldn't say I don't mind. I wouldn't even know, would I? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if you're wearing my Crown Plaza Nairobi Airport, wherever you are, thank you very much for helping me market my hotel.
I love the marketing aspect.
Yeah. That's marketing for me, and that's I'm totally okay with that, though. Yeah. All right. But yes, it does happen. And airports, by the way, it's a quite a frequent thing, because our guests are also very high turnover, you know, so it's a touch and go. So
there's a guy called Alan Abinadab, yeah? That guy he's coming to do news right now. Okay. Akikuja kwa hoteli yako, confirm before atoke wa mfreeze. Huyu jamaa hata vijiko atabeba. And on that note, we do say akuje sindio? Yeah. Okay. If you'd like to get in touch with Usafiri, of course they've given out their contact information, but you could always reach out to us. We'll definitely link you up. Same to Crown Plaza Nairobi Airport, that is at JKIA. If you know you're traveling even today, hala at Ann and she'll piga simu sai Crown Plaza msimotaka kuongea na Ann Mzuva watakusort, sindio? Yes. All right. Thank you very much, lady and gentlemen, for coming through. We say kwaheri for now, but like I've said, don't go too far. Alan Abinadab coming up next with the Daily Brief.